Spud and Chloe friends. I'm just gonna get in my seat here. I'm filming myself today. So we've done this little mini fairy along. This is the pattern from Knit Simple. It's made in Spud and Chloe Fine. It was the Knit Simple Holiday 2011 issue, and I did a little fairy story in that magazine. So I did a little mini fairy along on the blog and on Ravelry, and I've had a lot of participants, but I've been asked by a bunch of people if I could show quickly how to do the face. And I have this other little fairy. She's kind of bald right now, but I will remedy all that. But I thought I would use her as an example for how to embroider a quick face. And I'll show you a couple of different things you can do very quickly here. So you just take a length of embroidery floss. I don't separate it. Place it on your needle. I love these finer embroidery needles, especially when you're using something like a sock weight yarn. You want to have a finer point, but the yarn needle works fine too. This is a chibi needle. All right, so I just go on the side, and then for this one I did 2 horizontal straight stitches, and then I just took a little vertical straight stitch in the middle of each eye to make them kind of look twinkly. So here we go. So I pull over there. For this, I'm not going to secure the end. I'm just going to leave it there. And I'm going to go in about here. I can use my stitches as a grid. Come up about here. Okay, so there's one little eye. And then I'll go in. I can even count here. I did like 1.5 stitches. I'll do 1.5 stitches. I can pull it out on this end. Okay. Now I'm going to take my, why that end is there. Now they look more even. Okay. And now I would trim this. I always kind of wait to trim it too much, because if I don't like it, I can pull that right out. Now I'm going to come up in the center of that stitch and do a little straight stitch, a vertical straight stitch. Go under some of the stuffing. You don't want to see that black thread, so kind of scoop under some of the stuffing. Come up on the other eye. You can come back and adjust. There, that's kind of cute. I think I came up too low here, so I'm going to go back through. Caught her toe. Alright, and then I'm going to come up and take another vertical stitch. I'm going to pop on out the side here. You can always come back through and adjust. In there I have 2 little twinkly eyes. Alright, so, well, actually I won't cut those way off, but, okay, so that's one eye you can do. You can do these little eyes like that. I'm seeing these eyes are a little wider set. You know, you can play around with the placement. You might want to bring those in a little bit. See, I have, on this one, I have 2 stitches. Looks like 1, 2, like 2.5 stitches in between the eyes. Okay, so there's that. Let me show you another eye. I think I did a little duplicate stitch eye on one of the fairies from the magazine too. So let me come up here. I'm going to just come up on the side. I'm going to do a little duplicate stitch. And a duplicate stitch is just where you're following the stitch. You're making a V, just like the stitch is a V. So that's one. I'm going to follow right across and come up again to make another eye. That's more of like a sleepy eye. I go in, come up, do one leg of the V, and then I come in and do another leg of the V. Those make kind of a little sleepy eye. That's kind of cute too. Alright, so that'd be another eye. Now if I was going to keep those eyes, which I will for right now, I just kind of give that a tug and I pinch it and it pops right back in, the end there. You give it kind of a gentle little tug, trim it, pops right back in there, you can't even see it. Okay, now for the mouth, you can either use like a red or a pink. I'll use the red for this one. I used the pink for this one. I just did kind of a wider V. This is not a duplicate stitch, it's a little bit of a wider V. So take a length of that and place it on your yarn needle or your embroidery needle. And I use the full strand of embroidery floss, I don't separate that out. Okay, so the mouth, I think I'm going to come up right about here. No, that looks a little bit high. You know, before I actually do this, I would probably put the hat on, or the hair, or whatever you're going to end up doing, just so you can be sure you have a good placement for your finished little doll. Okay, and then I would just come back through like that. And there you have it. That's just my little smiley fairy face. Trim the yarn, pop that end back in. And there it is. See, it just takes a couple seconds. And there you go. I hope that helps with your mini fairy along. Bye.